Honestly, I'm not that surprised by that number. It's where it was yesterday, but it is up by 1.5 pounds from when I started this about a week ago. And I'm okay with that because honestly, it is my time of the month, so I'm pretty sure I'm weighing a little bit heavier for that reason. That being said, oh, Bunny's got something real important to tell you. Real urgent. That being said, I mean, I don't like doing this. Like, I don't like having to give bad news. And I feel weird about it because it's like, when you're a weight loss creator, I feel like people want to see me succeed only. I don't film if I'm not doing well. I don't think that that's something that people would be interested in seeing because it's like, I don't know, either negative in some way, it's like a failure, it's like a bad thing. So I haven't been filming much at all. Like, I literally did the first 2 days vlogs, and then after that I kind of went silent on it. And it's because I haven't been doing a good job. I really need to reevaluate my diet plan because I went in most recently, I think, a bit too unstructured, a bit too like, well, what happens happens, I'll just make good choices. And then the first day, I really thought that I did, and I still did. I mean, it was all healthy things, but my portion sizes must have been off because then at the end of the day, I looked at my calories and I was probably like around or even a little above maintenance, which means that I could even gain weight a day like that. And it was really hard to see that because I felt like I had done so good the whole day. Finally, at the end of it, I find out I ate over. I am feeling a lot more motivated today, and I feel definitely invested and committed to this weight loss journey. So I'm hopeful and I'm aiming that today is a really good around or even below maintenance day. It just sucks that this feels like another day one because I've had probably thousands of them. Someone's a little clingy. Thick thighs and good vibes. That is our motto today. And now you all know I smell good. I really like this fit. Something about the length of this cutting off like right in the middle, like right around my belly button. I don't know, I just feel like it's doing me some favors here. It's got a little bit of like a hello and then like a goodbye and then like, oh, you're back, you know what I mean? To be fair, I wouldn't be able to wear this out probably. I mean, of course not with these pants, but I don't know, I just think it looks good. I'm sure somebody's gonna find that gross, but I do wear shoes in the house, like everywhere, all the time. But I think it's because of my back, because if I just go flat foot too often, my back and my knees hurt. So, not my fault. It really sucks that I woke up so hungry and I still have to wait a half an hour to an hour after now, because this is when I took my med, to eat. If this is your first vlog with me, that little med that I just had to take is levothyroxine, and it is synthetic thyroid hormone because my thyroid doesn't like to work. I have low thyroid levels, so I have to take that med in order to have like adequate thyroid functioning. I was first diagnosed with it because I was experiencing like extreme exhaustion that couldn't otherwise be explained. And it was to the point where like I was having multiple like lattes and coffees, like a lot a day, and it wasn't phasing me at all. Like I was still almost falling asleep at my desk, like so freaking exhausted. And then on top of that, I ended up losing my period for like probably 2 months, 2 or 3 months. And I was like, okay, like this, I mean, it's not the first time that ever happened, but it had been like a long time since that had happened. So I went in, of course, like we had to do like a pregnancy test and stuff like that first, because obviously it's going to be the first thing you assume. And I wasn't pregnant, but then a couple days later I get a call from my doctor saying that I had like super low vitamin D, but then also really low thyroid. And if you didn't know about hypothyroidism, or this is new to you, it's also something that like makes it, it's just one of the factors that can make it a lot harder to lose weight. It's a lot easier to gain weight having low thyroid, kind of like a couple other conditions, because of how it works in the body and the hormone and like how it affects the metabolism. At least that's my best explanation. Google might be able to help you out a little further. What a beautiful parking lot. Sometimes editing videos can be really nice. It's really fun. I get really in my zone. Time like passes around me and I don't even realize that I've been sitting there for hours. Like it's something that I find really fun and really rewarding, and I love having, you know, my end product at the end of all of it. So some editing sessions go like that. And then other editing sessions, it's like cruel and unusual punishment. I spent 2 hours, and by the end of it, I was like, I have maybe 2 songs that I might like for this trailer I'm working on, and I found like maybe 3 more clips, and then that's it. Like, and I don't know if I just burnt myself out of this project. It's for a weight loss journey project, which is like a really long form project that I'm working on, and it's looking through a ton of footage. And I don't know if it's just like the idea of this project and the trailer that I'm working on now in my head is supposed to be like this really interesting, really unique, you know, sets you up for the story, and I just have these like really high aspirations in my mind for it. But then like actually finding the footage is really difficult, because a part that I'm trying to show right now, like I wasn't filming a lot that time of my life. And so I don't have a lot of footage for it, and it's just extremely just time consuming, and it feels like there's nothing I can do to help that. Like I just have to invest the time. Like I just have to sit there and watch years and years of footage and try to find stuff that I can use. That was my glasses, Bunny. I don't appreciate that. Cruel and unusual. So let's have some coffee. I am feeling pretty peeved. I know that I just talked about this morning, about how when I'm not doing well, I don't film it. I already knew last night that I wanted to do another weight loss vlog today. So of course, like, obviously you gotta film. Do you want my love or not? Oh my God. This spot is just like becoming my confessional space, because it's the best natural lighting I can get in this whole apartment. So you should know that anytime you see me set up here,
Like, this is where the scene cuts to. It's probably gonna be a confessional. Forgive me, subscribers, for I have sinned. It has been maybe an hour since my last indulgence. Breakfast and lunch didn't go as planned. My breakfast was basically coffee out and then coffee at home. And that was all I had until like noon. And then I reheated some fries with cheese curds and gravy on it from last night. I do wish that I had filmed that and talked about it. And I don't mean to overreact. Like, I don't mean to make it like a huge deal that like, oh, God forbid I ever have leftovers for lunch. Even if they're not, you know, the healthiest leftovers, like, who cares? But my goal is to lose weight at the end of the day. And that's what's disappointing about it, is that I set these goals, I make these plans, I have these awesome ideas of how different things are finally going to be, how much better I'm gonna be, and then when it comes time to like actually do it, or to live in reality and to do it day after day after day, I can't do it. And that's really tough, because it feels like it's like the one biggest thing that I want right now. And even though I didn't do the best yesterday or the day before that, or even at breakfast and lunch, I have to move forward. The longer that you dwell in embarrassment or guilt or shame about something, about a mistake, whatever it may be, I feel like it really blows it out of proportion, and it makes us into this huge, really scary event. And when in reality, like, it's just a couple coffees, it's just lunch. The rest of my journey is not entirely derailed because that happened, or even because of a few days that weren't according to goal. I'm really trying to remember something that helped me out a lot when I had my more successful weight loss run about a year ago. That was having a lot of my core goals be things like resiliency and stubbornness, and like a really heavy focus on how I recovered from unplanned slips, because I know that about myself, that I don't like it when things don't go the way that I hoped it would go. And I don't like unplanned hiccups. I don't like stuff like that happening. I can't just go with the flow. Like, I need to know what, when, and where the flow is. So much of life is the flow. Like, it is the unexpected things. And the fact that I can go according to schedule 99% of the time is great, but like, when that 1% happens, when that slip happens, the difference between it staying 1% and it infecting the rest of it is basically how I recover. When you look at your options, would you rather have imperfect but done, or perfect and unattainable and unrealistic and never going to actually happen? Where do you want your goals? Do you want it in reality, or do you want it in your daydreams? Right now, the biggest thing that I'm trying to focus on in my head is that the day is not over. The day is not done. And like I've said before, when I am like months and months deep into this, I'm not gonna give a shit if I started perfectly on a Monday morning at 6 a.m. or if it was like a Wednesday afternoon or like a Saturday night. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna throw away today. She sneezed.